Hi again. So if you watched my other video, you know that I broke the tether and I also fixed it. So here you have my illustrious new test bed. It's actually also the place where I run my drone after I have had it in salt water. It is a plastic box meant for storage of stuff. It contains 70 liters, so you can see it's kind of bulging from the weight of all the water. But have it here in my bathroom, and as you can see here on the top, I fixed the cable and I put the Suguru on it, and now it's actually very solid. I had a couple of mistakes, or I don't know, weird behavior after I fixed the drone. I tested the cable several times. The cable is perfect, there's no issues at all with it, but I was running the drone just afterwards. It started up fine, I put it in water, I ran it for about maybe 2-3 seconds, and then it just shut down, and I got these weird restart sounds again and again. It seemed first that water had punctured the battery or something, but as I was testing it, I couldn't find out anything that was off, and I tested the battery as well, and that delivered strong current, perfect condition, so I didn't make any sense of it at all. So what I did then was to again take off the cable, test it again, all really thoroughly. No issues at all with the cable, so I started to think it was something with the battery. I checked the insides of the battery, you know, where it connects to the drone, to check the power, and or the connection, checked that there wasn't any water that had seeped into that connection, and there was none. I couldn't find any sense of it. There's some water in the outskirts of the battery. I mean, not at the connector site, but around it, and I think that's just normal. I've seen that when the first time I ran the drone also, so that's nothing new. I had some fears that I could have some damage or leakage into the motherboard, the insides of the drone, but also there I couldn't find any issues. So I run the test now for you, and you'll see how this works. And also tested a lot of times the max battery drain, and here is the kicker for you all. There was just another update posted for the controller, and it said improved power outtake, and what I suspect is that there was a fault in the previous firmware that actually caused the controller to send a signal to the drone for it to use too much power at once, thus just making the battery not respond. So I updated that firmware, and lo and behold, after that I have no issues. So here I spent 5-10, well, maybe a half an hour even to test and find out if I was doing something wrong, and it turns out it's most likely the firmware. After I upgraded the firmware, I couldn't replicate the issue at all that I was having, so it was just weird. So let's have a test go in my illustrious test bed. And this runs smoothly, really nice. All controls seems to be working fine. Up, down, sideways. Turning is a kind of a challenge here because there's not really much room to turn. But a little bit also works fine. Tilting, obviously also a little bit of a challenge with the limited room. obviously this ROV wasn't made to run in just 80 liters or 70 liters. And roll also works very good. So all in all, I had this weird behavior, and actually it started out when I turned on the lights. So as I was running max lights, this is the first best setting, with max lights and the propellers running maximum at the bottom to just try to drain maximum power, that all of a sudden just had the drone melt down almost. It just couldn't take it, it was too much power. So at the moment the drone is drawing about 1 ampere at 23.4 volts or 23.5. The battery charge at the moment is 76%. So if I now run it to the bottom with this, with all the propellers running maximum, and just keep it there, it should drain 8 amps. Very difficult to see, but it does say 7.2 amps. You get this this view about the power by clicking on the battery in the top right hand corner. Then you can see the constant drain of battery. Right, so as you see now, my cable fixed, the drone also now fixed from chasing. Thank you guys in chasing for updating the firmware. Now I can use the drone again.